Hi people, what's up? What's going on? Is that whatever, okay? Welcome to another episode of Emmanuel and Tetra. I'm your host, Eggs and Beans. What's going on? Yeah, today's episode is gonna be a little bit different. I'm just gonna have this. I'm just gonna indulge myself in. This is just today. We're just gonna drink water, okay? Water's life. You know what I'm saying? Water is all you need. Water is we're mostly actually made up of water. You know what I'm saying? There's more water in our body than brain cells. There's actually water in our brains. I don't think you guys even. Hey yo, I'm starting this. No, I'm not gonna start afresh, okay? Because who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who really cares? Eggs and Beans is not gonna. It's never gonna become anything other than my soapbox for my ideas and my rants, and my ravings. You know what I'm saying? Eggs and Beans is not gonna change my life. It's not gonna change your life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. Anyways, this week birthdays. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This week was Chantal's birthday. Happy birthday, Chantal. I know that you work hard, for your baby girl, and I respect that. It's hard. It's hard to be you know what I'm saying? You got more mouths to feed. I be living like, I just have my own mouth to feed, But you're doing your thing, I respect you. I respect your grind. I see you. I see what you do. And yeah, happy birthday. So let's move on. Okay, I can't move on. We can't move on, alright? It's impossible for us to move on because damn, this water is fire, dog. Damn. Because today is not an ordinary day, alright? We cannot simply ignore the fact that today is my birthday. Alright? So yeah, Emmanuel is I know I've known him for a long time. He's a really good friend of mine. Shout out to him. I respect him as an individual. He's sometimes he goes over the line. So yeah, today's episode is called "The Fake South Africa." All right, and it's called that for a very stupid reason, but it's something that I've spoken about quite a bit on this show before. Even last week's episode, what I spoke about last week is related to this topic. So, anyways, yeah, I think maybe I can just go over a bit of my personal history. Do you guys? But you guys don't care. You guys don't care about me, do you? The people who care about me they've already hollered. We've already spoken, So I don't. Do I need to say anything? Do I need to? What can I say? Want me to give a speech? Every week I give you a speech. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll give a speech, some kind of speech. Okay. Okay, fine. Where do I start? Life is not easy for anybody. I'm not gonna say I had a terrible childhood or I had the worst childhood. I mean, look at me. Look at me. You know, I've managed to somehow, for 25 years, I've managed to remain intact. I managed to not go off the deep end. Well, I'm peering over the deep end. I'm peering over the edge, but I haven't jumped off it yet. You know, I'm still saying, right? I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, I've lived. I've been alive for a quarter of a century. 25 years, man. 25. I haven't achieved everything that I want. No. But I'm very proud. I'm very grateful to all the people who've put me here. Obviously, let's start with my parents. I appreciate you, Mom, first of all, for giving me life. You know, my mother, you know, she also didn't have it easy, you know. She lost her husband, you know, when her baby didn't even know what life was about, didn't know good from evil, you know. That was very hard, but she, you know, she fought fast, you know, and you know, she took care of me, and she you know, she also handed me off to her mom, you know, because it was tough, and it was stressful, you know. And so, you know, this is a segue to me shouting out my grandmother, you know, my grandmother who raised me like her own child, you know. You know, I may have had some of my differences with my grandmother growing up, but everything she did, honestly, at the end of the day, everyone who's had a part in my life was trying their best, you know. No one went out of their way to say, you know what, Emmanuel, I don't like you, I'm gonna just... No, everyone tries their best, and everyone tried their best. And you know what, I appreciate the role every single person who has raised me played in my life, including... Now I'd also like to shout out my dad, the one I came to know, because I did lose my biological father before I knew the difference between my mouth and my bum. I lost my dad. So I never knew the guy who gave me these eyebrows. I never knew the guy who gave me the ability to do this with my eyebrows. I never knew that guy. Thank you to that guy, my biological father. I know I hope I've made him proud wherever he is right now. But I'd like to also give a shout out to my stepdad, who is just, for all intents and purposes, my dad. You know, he is. I've stood very close to that guy, you know, and I felt that connection, that connection. You know, they say blood is thicker than water, guys. But a lot of people out there who are raised by blood, people out there are willing to spill that blood that connects them to other people. But this guy, you know, we're not joined by blood, but what you say? If blood is thicker than water, then what's thicker than blood? Love. right? I've stood near him and I felt his love, you know. And Dad, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to give you a shout out, and obviously my sister as well. You know, she didn't raise me, but she's my blood. You know, she is the blood, I guess you can say, that connects me to this guy, you know, who came into our lives. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for just always being there, for doing your best, you know. Shout out to my grandmother, shout out to my various aunts and uncles who've taken care of me. You know, Uncle Godfrey kept me in his house for 4 years. You know, he didn't have to. He didn't have to, but he did. And he gave me a job, the first job I had in South Africa. Auntie Charity, she let me stay. She's the woman of the house. You know, nothing can happen in that house without the say of the woman. And she let me in. She treated me like a son. She only called me my son. She doesn't call me nephew. She only called me my son. You know, that's African culture, bro. You can't. It doesn't get any better than that. African culture, an aunt and uncle, that's your mother and father. You know, so I just like to give a thank you to just everyone who's had a hand. Apostle and Pastor Zandi, y'all who put me through school, thank you. You know, I wouldn't have done my practicals in South Africa. I would still be in Swaziland, and I wasn't born in. I'm not a Swazi person. Without you guys, I wouldn't be back in my motherland. So thank you, Apostle and Pastor Zandi, who are never gonna watch this episode, but I still. Thank you to Lusanda, you know, for being my friend and putting me in the Sword and Spirit community, putting me in touch with that family, the Sword family, the Twala family, you know. But I knew her since I was a baby, so that it doesn't really count. We knew each other. I knew her. I knew Lusanda before I knew what gravity was. Okay. Shout out to my homie Young Boss, DJ Bose. Go type into Google DJ Bose. Go subscribe to his channel, man. He, you know, I in 2008, there was a hip hop show, a monthly hip hop show called Head Count. I performed at one of these and I flopped. I forgot my lines. You know, when the beat started and I was supposed to start the first verse, I started the second verse and I flopped. And people laughed at me. And I started again. And I did up to the first verse and I just told the DJ just cut the song and I walked off the stage. Ashamed. But the very next day, who came to my gate? Who came to my gate? It was two people. It was Kazi Dlamini and Sponisa Dlamini. No, they're not. I mean, everyone in Swaziland is. Toss a cat, close your eyes, toss a cat in any direction, and it'll hit a Dlamini. Alright, they're not brothers. You know, but there are two people who came to me. I knew Kazi. I call him my weeds. My weeds, where you at, dog? Where you at? I knew my weeds, but I didn't know Boss. He brought a dude to my house called Boss. I was like, who's this guy? But no, from that day, Boss, you know, he started recording with me. We started making music together. And if it wasn't for that guy in 2008 or 2009, if it wasn't for that guy, I honestly my music career would have stalled. It would have remained a hobby. But thanks to him, I was able to put it out into the world. You know, if it wasn't for one of the most meaningful moments in my life came when during like 2011, there was this event called where you had to vote for your for artists, right? You nominate artists to go and perform, right? At a special event. I think it was Bushfire, I guess, right? And everyone was just campaigning on Facebook and in the newspapers, like, vote for me. People were asking their friends to vote. I didn't even bother nominating myself, because at that time I wasn't like a real, I didn't see myself as an artist, and all my performances thus far had been disasters, right? I don't think I've ever had a good performance where I haven't. But on the website, I was looking at the votes just to see where my homies were, and I saw myself at the bottom, in among the 50 or so names at the bottom with like less than 100 votes. But I was there. I had 11 votes. 11 people voted for me. Someone nominated me, and then that person and 10 others voted for me to perform. 11 people had faith in me. 11 people wanted me to perform on that stage. Honestly, I wouldn't have gotten there. I wouldn't have honed my craft to the point that 11 people would have voted for me if it wasn't for Young Boss. For Sponiso Dlamini. Bro, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Today I appreciate you. Let's go over the list again. I appreciate my mother. I appreciate my real dad for giving me these eyebrows and for giving my face this shape. I appreciate my stepdad, aka my dad, for coming into my life and just, being my mother's rock and giving me a sister. I always wanted siblings. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Auntie Josephine for being the most relatable family member, for coming into my life being a relatable family member. I appreciate Auntie Julie for also being a relatable family member, even though her and I are not on speaking terms anymore because of me. It's honestly my fault. I appreciate Uncle ZJ for sneaking me across the border. I appreciate Uncle Godfrey for taking me in to his house and then to charity for 4 years. I appreciate my cousins, Namirembe, Kudiza, and Paul for accepting me, for not feeling like I was a stranger in their house, for treating me like a cousin, for loving me. I appreciate Young Boss. I appreciate for helping me have a music career, make music in Swaziland. We had a radio, we was on radio because of that dude, man, because he was the leader, he was the boss. He was my first boss. He was the first dude I worked for. I appreciate Alistair. Alistair, what's his surname? I don't even know his surname, man. I forgot his surname. Busy, the ink feed on Instagram, for giving me my first paycheck. That $200 he gave me for helping produce the gospel hip hop soundtrack for Christian Life Center. He was the first person to give me a salary. I appreciate you, Busy, and you'll never see this. I appreciate all my homies, Nwiki, my weeds, K-Perp, More Noir, for giving me a bunch of games. I appreciate Koso. I appreciate Sean. I appreciate Amina. I appreciate my Jay and Jack. Both of those dudes let me work out at their homes for a year in 2013. 2012 to 2013, they let me work out with them, man. I'm not even that buff anymore, but you guys were like my support system. Y'all don't even know it. I appreciate Power. I appreciate Lusanda. Lusanda was my best friend, for a majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? Michael Grant, who I lost touch with in the year 2002. He was my first best friend. We went from grade 1. We spent grade 1 together as best friends. I just appreciate so many people in my life, and I'm forgetting people. I appreciate Alicia. Alicia is my biggest fan, dude. Oh God, she's like the biggest fan that I'll ever have in my life. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the biggest fan I could ever ask for in life. That's Alicia right now, dog. I appreciate Ekene, for being for being my friend, for being, well, we're being my girlfriend in South Africa and helping me not be lonely, being someone I could go to places with. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who's watching this, who subscribes to this channel. You know, even though Eggs and Beans is probably gonna end soon because so it's never gonna be anything. But I just appreciate everyone. You know, I appreciate Segre for giving me a job that lets me go overseas to see my parents. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for all of you. I act like I'm just independent, like I don't need anyone. But honestly, I would be nothing. Mrs. Camp, my preschool teacher. You know, for being such a great teacher. Mrs. Santos, Mrs. Dembe, for being all my teachers. I appreciate all my teachers. I appreciate everyone that I know. You know, let me look through my contacts so I'm not forgetting anyone. My J, I've shouted out my J. We worked out together. Go follow. Type in on Instagram J Pencil Art. He's an artist. He's an amazing artist. Parvin, shout out to you, bro. He's my colleague. He told me what to do at airports. I would have been lost if it wasn't for his advice. I'm sick of drinking this water, guys. I'm sick of drinking this water. Anyways, let's start the episode for real, okay? I've shouted out everyone. Let's start out the episode for real, okay? For real. All right. What do we have here? We've got. Whoa! This is from Panarotti's. It is a steak cheddar melt pizza, I think. I don't know that for sure, okay? I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I've also got a milkshake and a cake. Panarotti's. Alright. Listen, guys. Well, let me start with let me lead up to the fake South Africa, okay? Tyler Perry recently became a billionaire, right? Honestly, I'm happy. You know, anytime there's a black billionaire, I celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? How did he make his fortune? You might be wondering. Well, I like folding my pizza up. Tyler Perry is he executive produces a lot of stuff. All right, not just the Madea. People think Madea movies, but no. He actually executive produces a lot of other movies and and stuff. He owns 100% of the content he's created. Alright? So people think about Tyler Perry movies and they're like, oh, this movie only made $50 million, you know? That's not a lot. But that movie is not it's not being broken down. Like the profits, let's say the profits from that are like 10 million. Alright? Because the budget will be like 20, and then you gotta pay the actors salary. All that, that's why the profit is 10 million. In normal situations, you'll find a cut of that movie has to go to the movie studio, another cut which will have a board of directors and all that, and the profit that a movie will make would really be watered down. Like the salaries that these Disney execs are making, those guys have to make billion-dollar movies because those corporations are so huge. In order for those guys to have billion-dollar wealth, in order for those execs to be worth $1 billion, and they are, those movies have to make billions. Tyler Perry movies, because there's so few people, like the movies are small, but like the organizations are also small. So from those, if he makes 20 low budget movies and they each make like whatever 50, 20, 40 million here and there, they don't even have to make $1 billion. That guy is still he probably makes more than those Disney executives who make just like $2 or $3 billion movies a year. So guys, ownership is important of your craft. If you're a creative person, there's a big mistake creative people do. Like when they get when they want to sign record deals, they don't read the fine print, and they end up signing their whole catalogs to these record companies. If you have 100% ownership of your stuff, you can still be making money from albums you made in the 90s. You know, or you can have just one hit album and you can retire, and you can, if you have like one generational song, like one epic song from that album, you can be good for life, because people are gonna remix it. You know that 10 years from now, Bruno Mars is gonna copy the beat and make his own song. You know, that's what happens. The music, all these industries are all about recycling stuff. You know, so that's why ownership is important. Because if you own only 5% of your song, and you just make a song and you're just like, okay, fine, this record label paid me $100,000. I needed that money. I needed to feed my family. I need to take my kids to school. And then they'll give you only 5% ownership. And then 5 years later, Beyonce remixes your song, turns it into a #1 single for like several weeks. Beyonce has made her record label hundreds of millions of dollars, and you are supposed to get a cut of that. You're only gonna get 50,000 because of the deal you signed. Ownership. If you're a creative person, value ownership. Why do you think a lot of these artists be like, I should have stayed independent, even though record labels give them millions, but they always end up regretting it? Ownership. So please, guys, own your stuff, okay? Read the fine print. Just because your kids have holes in their socks doesn't mean you should take the first thing that a company gives you in the contract. Negotiate. You also earn respect from those executives. They'll be like, okay, we can't play with this guy. They'll actually, once a company respects you, they'll make you like a preferred client. They'll actually give you better deals. Anyways, so yeah, shout out to Tyler Perry, even though he sucks as a director. I respect his hustle. Okay, I have to Google this. Because it's gonna sound very weird. Very woo-woo. Okay. Yo, this pizza is on fire. Not even kidding you. I don't have pizza all the time. But yeah, then again, let me say this again, folks. If you're gonna order something, like a pizza or a burger, don't order it from a fast food chain, like a big one. Like yeah, I screwed up, but I still did a little bit better. Like Debonair's, like people be talking about Debonair's pizza being fire. Yo, guys, it's trash. Just go out of your way. Go out of your way. Just spend about 30% more of what you normally spend. Go find a proper place, okay? Sheesh. All right. Venom from honeybees. I didn't know. I didn't know bees had venom. Imagine the movie Venom, but instead of a black goo, it's a yellow goo because it comes from bees and it gives you tiny wings and it gives you venom from beans is found to kill aggressive breast cancer cells. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Don't you think it's kind of strange how our entire ecosystem is connected like this? Right? Like, anytime people get bit by animals, what do? They use plants. Well, in the olden days, they would use plants and they'll grind them up and they'll put them on the wound, right? Right? They wouldn't like everything in nature is just connected. Like everything that hurts. Like if you're feeling tired and you're feeling lethargic, just go sit in the sun, alright? And the sun will boost your mood and whatever. Like, what else? And even snake poison, even like snake venom is also used to cure like a lot of ailments and stuff. Like it's like our entire ecosystem is like connected. Like it's very interesting. Like what? It's almost as if, I mean, I see a very good case for why people would want to be vegetarian or vegan and not want to hurt animals. Because honestly, animals, if I'm being totally honest, like animals are more important than we think. Like they should be respected. Like, you know how the Queen has bans like the hunting or killing of swans or ducks or whatever in England? I don't know. But I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe that was the right thing to do. Because honeybees, why would that work? It just doesn't make sense. From now on I'm gonna apologize to the meat anytime I start eating. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. What are humans good for? What human substance can cure animal? Or our flesh can cure their hunger. Never mind. Oh, I was about to say maybe human sweat can cure like erectile dysfunction in lions. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Okay, but no. The simplest, the easiest answer is just our flesh cures their hunger. That's it. That's about it. That's our only purpose as human beings, is to be tasty to dangerous animals. So never mind. Are you okay? This pizza is amazing. I'm just gonna finish the pizza before I start talking about the fake South Africa. Alright? Shout out my homie Arcade. Shout out my homie Hadida. Those are my real niggas for life. Shout out my homie Sean in Belgium. I see you, bro. My homie H3 out in Namibia, Hadida, yo. Let me know when it's wedding time, bro. Hey, a lot of my homies getting married. Ricky. Hey yo, I gotta get a suit ready. Can't show up looking like this. Honestly, life is just very simple. You just you do what you have to do, which you may or may not like. And then once in a while, do what makes you happy. You just rinse and repeat. Honestly, on my birthdays, I just want a day without complaints. That's what I like to do. I don't like to go out. I don't like to go party, go shake my ass in front of strangers. On my birthday, no. On Christmas, sure. New Year's, sure. On my birthday, I like to just have a quiet day where I can just think about my life and just appreciate everything that I've been through And then I have. This honeybee stuff, being connected to breast cancer, is kind of like seaweed. How seaweed cures COVID cells, right? It's like everything that all the stuff that we need is on this planet, like to heal us, to fix us. Someone just needs to invent a pill with cells from every single animal. Every single animal. And then we have to take this pill like every month. Really? Well, every single animal and seaweed, I guess. Okay, every single animal and plant. I wrap this pizza up. It was dope. Honestly, in Africa, there's a very different conception about pizza. Like in America, pizza is like, it's just all over the place. Like you see pizza slices, you see random pizza slices just lying around people's bedrooms in American movies. In Africa, or at least in the fake South Africa, where I live, because I clearly live in the fake South Africa, right? According to some people, pizza is like a special thing. Like I don't have this all the time. And it's special. You know what I'm saying? I had a spoon somewhere. Uh-oh. How am I gonna eat the cake? I have to pause, I'm sorry. I don't like pausing because it's risky. This mix is by Nora Van Elken, E-L-K-E-N, on YouTube. It's pretty dope. We're done with this. Tastes fantastic. Let me get a spoon. Okay, this fork will have to do. Let me sip some of that first. Otherwise, you okay? I hate paper straws, guys. Like, paper straws are like just scum. I don't trust it. I am racist. I have prejudice against paper straws. I just hate them. Every time I see a paper straw, I just wish it could go back to where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I didn't even order this. Or maybe I did and I just didn't read. But I know I ordered this cake slice. Let me actually put this thing on here. And it's very warm. Because the driver decided to put it on the pizza. Oh, this is my birthday cake. This is my birthday cake. Hey, turn this up. Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. All right, guys. So you're wondering what is the fake South Africa? All right. There's a YouTube channel on YouTube called The Real South Africa. And all this YouTube channel shows, right, is just the most lavish houses and places in South Africa, right? And it's run by this American guy who's trying to convince other American people to move to South Africa. Go and watch it. All those videos are lovely. They're amazing. Like he shows the best things you'll ever see in South Africa. Like he goes to all the biggest malls and he walks through his friends' living rooms with their fancy homes in Sandton or wherever, right? And he basically, I feel like he's basically just a real estate guy, just trying to convince Americans, people who are used to New York, used to living in those cramped apartments in New York and paying like $1 million. He's basically trying to convince them to come to South Africa and pay 1/10 of that to live in, well, pay the same, really, but live in like fancy, because the rand is a lot more undervalued than the dollar, right? Or less valued. I don't know if it's under one. So he's basically just he's just a real estate guy. He's just a real estate guy. But he doesn't say. He just says, come to our website if you want help. But I know if I go there, he's just gonna try and sell me a house, right? Or he's gonna, he's just a real estate guy, right? How is any of that realer than any other part of South Africa? Hey guy, why are you calling that the real South Africa when less than 10% of the population lives like that? Anybody want to explain to me? Okay, I get it.
Welkom by alma mater pre-primêre skool, waar ons 'n gestruktureerde akademiese program volg.
I get it, okay. Africa, shown on TV, is always starving people. Children with arms like twigs, those. And you see their rib cages. And they're all bald, right? Right? They can't eat. Because apparently, they're all bald because apparently starvation also starves your hair follicles. And they all have tags. They all have tags on their wrists in those ads. Anyways, you know what kids I'm talking about. Kids with rib cages which are showing, and their bellies kind of go out like this, and their arms are tight, and they're bald, and there's flies. You know what I'm talking about, right? He's calling his channel The Real South Africa. Basically to show that no, not all of Africa is like this. This is what you can find this in Africa, right? And he's also appealing to those people who are sick of the politics, the political things going on in America and gun violence, and they just want to be around other black people and they want to live large, right? What he's not telling them is that there is you're still gonna, I say this almost every episode, the cost of dying is the only thing that's different. Everything else is the same. You're still gonna. And he's also implying that everyone who doesn't live in a mansion is living in the fake South Africa. Congratulations. You live in the fake South Africa. I just found out that I live in the fake South Africa. So I'm glad. I'm glad that really, if I just, just go to his website, I can move to. Why is a guy who sounds like a tourist trying to sell people the real South Africa when he's not really from here? It's just a shame. Go watch his video. They're very nice. He shows all the nicest malls. I watch his videos to see where I should go, where I'm gonna go when COVID finds a cure, when a cure for coronavirus is found. Guys, busy showing rooftop parties. It's like you could do this in Africa. Can't most people in Africa can't even do that, bro. And he's like, that's the real. Whatever, guys. I'm sick of talking. Sugar. Ooh. So yeah, guys. Now you know a little bit more about me. I don't know what to say. Did I shove the cookie in your face? You know that's what mukbangers always have to do. They always have to shove the food in people's faces. Yeah, eggs and beans is it's really all I was gonna do today. I'm just gonna go back home after this and play some more Persona 5. I recently got back into that game. Maybe I'll watch Mulan tonight. I pirated that movie yesterday. I'll probably watch Mulan. Yesterday I'm thinking of ending things. Which is probably the dumbest movie I've seen in my life. I'll do a review on that movie. It's not a dumb movie. It's just don't know how to describe that movie. These two things go together very well. If you've got Uber Eats, go to Panarottis, go to the desserts menu, and just click on peppermint, whatever. I don't know why they gave me this. Maybe because it was my birthday. But I didn't even know that. And I'm just rambling anyway. I'm just talking. I don't know what to say. Okay. Thank you for watching Eggs and Beans. Those of you who have watched more than 5 episodes, thank you. Okay. I don't know. There's not much else I can say. Is it another ad? Yes! We went 40 minutes with no ads, and now it's just... Yeah. You see, I spoil myself every week, so my birthday doesn't really feel that special. So it's a really bad side effect of spoiling yourself all the time. Like, this just feels like... This just feels like an ordinary Sunday. So yeah, it doesn't. Maybe don't spoil yourself. Sorry for spraying it. Maybe don't spoil yourself all the time, guys. Otherwise, your birthday's gonna just feel it won't feel special. I don't know, but I kind of like the life that I've made for myself. You know. I don't know. I don't regret this. I appreciate you. Let's go outside for once. Eggs and beans always happens indoors, right? Yep. It's a wonderful life. There's fresh air, there's birds singing, you know, there's no kids playing outside. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Just standing outside my office like an asshole. But yeah, life is very simple. It's I'm just rambling. But yeah, guys, I've lived for 25 years. You know, life begins at 40, so you know, I'm at least more than halfway there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyways, I guess I should leave you now. I'm saying goodbye is hard for me. You know, I'm a very sentimental person. And I doubt anyone is still watching. But that's ended. Goodbye.